That's the sound of the man working on the chain gang.
Can you hear me say it?
Keep it right there. Yeah. Come on. Swing. Sing for me.
But what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Swaggy Vets Podcast. I'm your host, Big Pen. I got my co-host and my best friend with me. First Swaggy Veteran. What's up, my man?
What's going on, Big Pen? What's going on, Swaggy Vets, all our friends and family? How y'all doing out there?
Hey, we got some info to put out right quick. We got Daytona Beach coming up March 6th through 8th. So hit us up on social media. You want to come out and hang out with the Swaggy Vet crew. We'll be down in Daytona. Again, March 6th through the 9th. Then we got our Tough Mudder. First annual Tough Mudder Swaggy Vets is doing. And that's going to be April 26th in Atlanta, Georgia. All of our stuff is going to be down in the description. So if you want to come hang out, come, chop it up with the Swaggy Vet crew, just hit us up. And then we got the Delta Reunion, our first unit, Delta Company 72nd Main Support down in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And that'll be Memorial Day weekend. So hit us up. We're going to be around. All right. Now, we got special guests.
Very special guest.
No, I'm not normal.
Yeah.
We're
We
normal.
got special guests, everybody. We got coming to the stage, Chief Petty Officer, retired, David Morey.
Military brothers. Let's go.
Let's get it. What's going on, my man?
Bro, man, just came back from Detroit, doing this app tour, about to leave for the All-Star game next week. A whole lot going on. You guys just give me some of them veteran benefits you guys getting some money.
Hey, let's go. Now, how's the atmosphere in Detroit after the Lions?
You know what? Man, for one, I think we watch too much movies because Detroit, the city is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying that anyway. But the atmosphere down there, downtown Detroit, it's like that, bro. Like it's so much. The Lions right here, White Sox across the street, the Pistons right there. The nightlife is ridiculous out there. I was impressed.
Okay.
But they dropped the ball.
Yeah. So boom, let's go ahead and get into it, my man. So you're on here. You're a veteran. You did your time in the military. Boom. So what's something about your time in the military that maybe your closest friends or family don't know? I know that's a big ask.
I mean, I'm very glad that I left. I say that I didn't miss them at all after the first 6 months because I was like, okay, it's better on this side. That's it, man. I mean, it ain't really much more. I'm always a peaceful dude, but definitely made me a man. Definitely made me a leader. Gave me some strategically structure and stuff. And I know I wouldn't have got any of that back home if I stayed home around my element and products. So yeah.
Okay. Now, if you had to, and I know this is another quite crazy question, if you had to sum up your entire military experience into one wild, unforgettable story, what do you think it would be?
Man, that's a good question because I ask myself every day after retirement, why did I go? But
and I'm gonna say, you as a Navy guy, y'all travel a lot.
Wait, bro, I've been to 88 countries. I lived in Tokyo, Japan. I lived in Manama, Bahrain, and Dubai. I lived in Rota, Spain. I lived in Djibouti. Bro, Africa, I'm done with Earth, bro. Like, I have seen it all, from whales to octopuses, North Pole, South Pole. You cannot tell me nothing about Earth, bro.
Not Earth.
Not Earth. Yeah, exactly.
I got you, man.
But I don't know, man. Hold that one and come back with me because I got to warm up to that one because that's a good one. That's the first time somebody really stumped a chump. So take that one for later.
So, like you just said, you've been over 88 countries, man. What in all those travels, you have any like unexpected experiences that you were just like, man, this is going to be a problem, or or maybe a pleasant, unexpected experience?
Now, you guys, we all was in at the same time. I came in 95, 2016. I was when I was in Bahrain and everywhere. I was with the SEAL team out there with them. When we was going to Al Salim, I was in Bagram. I was in Qatar. I was in Kuwait City. Every time a car backfire, everybody on the ground back. Because cars over there back there. Seen death, seen a lot of stuff, seen a lot of struggles, seen a lot of pain, seen a lot of blood. I mean, I just and when I seen them days, especially for us in the water because we can't go nowhere. The next hour, I always thought, am I going to be home when I get back from it? Am I going to make it? Because now you got, but at the same time, you got to be tough because as a senior enlisted, I got 200 juniors crying and boo-hooing, talking about they want to email and go home. And you have to be a dad, an uncle, a husband and wife for all of them. And that was more stressful because I couldn't be weak around the junior troops and the peers,
Mm-hmm.
So, it was just a rude awakening because not only protecting myself, but protecting the ship, protecting the commands, checking the troops, and just make sure that people ain't insane because I've seen some people do some crazy stuff on a ship, especially, a ship, if you guys don't know, I'll give you some education. Destroyer is a 577 feet long and it's 55 feet wide and it holds 300 to 400 people for the small boys.
Mm.
Carrier is 3 football fields long, holding 6,000 people. So you could just imagine what's going on and stuff, so yeah.
It's like a city in the water.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's about it, man. I mean, I just the experience, man. There are some days that I just wake up and remember seeing and remember nothing. Being in Africa, remember some days. So it's a lot. And the hardest part is, and I know we're going to go into this, and I must say this right now. Since I retired 2016, I could tell you that I am over 50 people that I know that took their life.
Oh man!
Since 2016, brothers and sisters, yeah.
So that's a big thing we advocate on here: mental health.
Yes, yes, man. It is so serious. And let me tell you, this right here, the app. I've been working on it for 13 years since Road to Spain before I retired. It just keeps me busy because let me tell you, man, there are some days, there are some nights that I don't remember nights. Seriously, and I had I had 3 friends helping me out and 3 friends took their life. No bull, but yes, to the point. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hard times.
Yeah.
And let me say this. So we're getting open. So one of my best days of my life in the military was my worst day. So I went recruiter in Connecticut. And I did so much, being a recruiter, you're always gone. You're always gone. You're always out. You're always selling everything. You're never home. So I made rookie recruiter a year in 6 months. And I made recruiter a year from Bridgeport, Connecticut. The same year LeBron said he was going to Miami. That's when I was recruiting in Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
So when I made recruiter of the year, and you guys know for advancements, anytime you make a big thing like that, you automatically advance. And that's when I was going to advance into the khaki E7 senior enlisted. For Navy, we take a test, academic test. I failed it by 0.35. And I found out, and guess what? I know she's going to be listening. It is what it is. But I found my wife cheating at the same time.
Oh, I know.
That's not the punchline. That day was so dark for me. I was thinking real crazy that day. Real crazy that somebody from Boston had to drive 3 hours to come to Connecticut to come save me. And he was a mentor to me, an E9, been in for 30 years, just retired. He retired 2019. Let me tell you something. 2021, he took his life. I cannot listen. I didn't even know the man. It felt like my mom and dad died, bro. And you know what? Sometimes people are so busy helping everybody else that they're not helping themselves. And I work for Ballistic Missile Defense, so I deal with all type of retirees and active duty, everything. It's the same thing here, man. It's the same thing when you come out the uniform, because a lot of us is institutionalized. And you guys know about the sapper program. I was a sapper for 12, 15 years dealing with sexual assault in the military. I did that, man. I had over 300 cases, which is another story. We'll talk about that. But we're so institutionalized in the military. If we have a problem, if we're drinking, if we're gambling, if we're on drugs or fat or whatever, they come and save us. But when you retire, all that's gone. Your family and friends don't even mess with you. Everybody don't even talk to you. So you got to be here in cold nights and cold days trying to figure some things out sometimes. And hopefully, like I see y'all too tight, you know. Some of us don't have a brother and sister to call, you know. So I try to stay close to.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you love our content, and we hope you do, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Let's go.
A lot of my friends, my military friends, especially in Navy and stuff, you know, because it's hard to communicate. We're working, we got kids, everybody in college and stuff, but you know, just doing the best I can. Yeah, you know.
That's all you can do, man.
That's all we can do. Take one day at a time. And I think Jones know my slogan. I'm always entrepreneur. Always show up. Always show up, even when you don't want to. You know. So.
Absolutely, it's a good model to have, man. Yeah, I talk to my brother pretty much every day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome, bro.
We're always talking about something.
Listen. I rather, you know, it's hard for me because I don't have that all the time, you know. And you know, a little bit about me. I am adopted kid, so I never said mom and dad ever. Don't know if I have brothers. I don't know. I just grew up alone, learning disabilities, everything, and I just had to overcome and get stuff. And people, you know, I'm one of the biggest website app developers in the nation right now. And people think I went to school. No, I had to teach myself how to do things to survive. And because I was so struggling as an age, being bullied and this and that, man, I was the weakest link ever. Anything you said, I boo-booed on myself. It was always something. And now I just came to be a great leader. People talk about me, and I'm not saying I'm bragging, but people know if I come in, I am the biggest a-hole at work. I'm the first one in, last one out. If like on a ship, a missile come in, I'm not going on no lifeboat. I'm going down with the ship. That's me. I'm a team play. Somebody get hurt, I'm dragging my guy out between, I don't know what's coming at us, bullets, people, punches, fists, feet. I am dragging my guy out. I'm not leaving no person behind. That's my attitude always.
So Con,
Made it kind of easy because I'm always used to going into things alone. No rules, no advice, no anything. Cold turkey, you know, and figuring things out day by day. So it was like water off the ducks, you know, behind a little bit of doing that. You know, and you know, it's just one of those things. And I see people always arguing with their parents. I'm like, man, I'll give anything to argue or laugh with parents. And like, even when I'm here in Virginia and I'm far away from Thanksgiving, I'm here alone. My son goes with his mother and stuff. I'm here alone. Christmas, Thanksgiving. I'm good with that. I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, you also mentioned that you had to get out the way. When you was enlisted, what was the specific moment when you realized that the Navy was your escape plan?
So, being in the street, doing some things, got caught up and almost went to jail for life, almost, I should say. And what's funny is, as I retired 2016, everybody who I went to school with that got locked up is just coming out of jail like the last 3-4 years. So I'm a numbers guy. I know if I keep going good, I'm going to get caught up here in a second. So, that one experience to do that, I said, you know what, once I get done with this, I need to get out of here. But I'm always thinking future. I'm always thinking general wealth and health. I'm always about that because now, my daughter just graduated college, the first of the family. went to school for free on the military. That came from me coming in. And we, you know, I'm 100% vet, disabled connected. So, and then my 17-year-old, you know, he just got his car, he's working and everything. Generational wealth and health, man. That's and I'm glad I went in, because now, you know, if anything happens to us, you know, hopefully we're recovered with insurance and all this other stuff going down. So you guys see some of our friends don't even got insurance. They don't got nothing, and I don't even see how some of them are doing it. But hopefully I answer your question right there, bro.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You said, so what did them streets teach you?
Streets taught me how to be streets taught me everything, really. I mean, the streets taught me at least 75% of the entrepreneurship. You know, streets taught me math, communicating, networking, team lead, profit, sell, hustle, look behind your back, all that good stuff. And, you know, I'm from Connecticut, New York City area, where, you know, Biggie Smalls and Tupac was the thing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So streets, you have to have street smarts. You have to have it all the time, you know, and with the cloth, off the cloth, man. You got to carry it with you, because you got to know how to speak sometimes, and you got to know how not to speak. Because I tell people, if you beat somebody up in a fight and they don't know why you beat them up, there wasn't no point of fighting them. So you got to choose your battles.
Sure.
You learn a lot in the streets. Did any of those help with military career?
Not at all. Not at all. But I think just I think it just I'm elated for being here right now with, you know, man, you know, I got people from the Pentagon calling me, people from different governments calling me, hey, be a missile defense. You know, I do missile defense for BMD, all the stuff that's coming from Iran, all the stuff over. I do that for the United States and all the UN countries. I'm qualified for that. So I'm kind of glad the story did that. I kind of left the streets there, but at the same time, I just took the approach of just in the military, always coming first, always supporting the team, always being a team player, always being the leader, always learning, never sleeping, don't look behind your back. Even in the military, you know, sometimes, like I say, if you guys don't have best friends like you, I'm still watching my back. People still in your socks, your underwear sometimes, you know, just the simple stuff, you know.
Yeah. So in the Navy, you wore a lot of hats: operations specialist, ballistic missile defense, moral officer. We talked about other before. You was a sapper officer for over a decade. You know, which roles like changed you the most, and why? Do you think
The sapper one was wild, bro.
sapper?
You know, you guys know that's sexual assault.
Yeah.
And then, especially before the don't ask, don't tell, because we all was in there when that dropped with us.
Mm-hmm.
I did over 200 rape cases and sexual assault cases of officers, enlisted, even FAP, family associated problems and stuff, and some wild cause, man. You know, man on man, woman on woman, domestic, all that stuff. Doing sit reps, doing all that. I think one of the darkest cause was a seller was roommating with another seller and his wife, and I think they had like a 5-6-year-old and an infant. Baby was crying all the time. So in the Navy, we have duty days where we have on the one day of the week we got to stay on the ship. And the reason why we do that is Okinawa, because Okinawa we wasn't ready because nobody had duty days, and since Okinawa happened, we have duty days where 33% of the ship stays on the ship just in case something happens. If nobody know the history of that, that's why we have duty days for the military. So when the father had duty, the roommate was there, and the wife came in on the roommate molesting the kid.
Oh man.
So brothers, for one, you're a father. I get a call 3 a.m. This is happening. First thing I said, where is the husband at? He's on a ship with you. Somebody lock him down. Somebody lock him down right now. Because if I'm a father, I'm jumping off the ship. I'm killing. I'm doing everything to get off the ship to get at the guy.
Mm.
And I asked, is he still alive right now? Because I don't know what's going on. And there's more stories like that. But then again, those are the stories I had to talk to, because when people come talk to me, people thought that they was giving me a problem. They was giving me a report. As a man, as a father, as a leader, I had to bottle all that in. And you guys know, if there's a sexual assault case happen, somebody got to leave a command, or you probably got a new person that came to your command because they can't be at that one, but you know the deal, so you got to be humble and not say nothing.
Yeah.
So that's like the hardest one, because there's a lot of cases, and you know them cases are not overnight. They're months away to proven guilty or innocent. And then on top of it, some people just got mad at some people and just lied and just did false statements saying, oh, she did this and messing people's career. I tell people, you know, and like me, I'm not saying I'm a pimp, I get by, but I never mess with anybody in my same school, never mess with anybody in my same city, just like the military. I never mess with nobody in my command. I don't got no room to move, especially as a leader. Once you start putting yourself out there, you're going to lose your integrity and authority. It's not worth it. And we all seen people fall on our watch.
Yeah. We've seen that plenty. Not to go into detail, but being stationed places, you know, you've been to Japan, Bahrain, we talked about Africa and Spain. What experiences completely, you know, changed your worldview?
Africa, out of all of them, receptacles in Africa was their kitchen.
Yeah.
So Wednesdays in the military is hamburger day. So we had that. Everybody who didn't finish their hamburger, all the extra hamburgers, everything like that, threw them all in the bag. So when it's receptacle, when the Navy door trash, we got about 40, 60 bags for the whole crew.
Mm.
Threw them in the dumpster. And I'm not even going to go into race, but we're going to talk about it. So we had a group of Caucasian people there, and minority people were outside, and people was throwing the trash out. There was African natives jumping in head first, eating it. And wow. It was, I never said, listen, probably the most craziest thing ever. Like everybody came outside was like, and you can't say third world country because countries get pissed off because they're offended with that. Trust me, you go to a third world country and say that, they'll probably take your head off. Plus, they don't like Americans anyway. But that was an experience, seeing 20 people on top of each other, digging through bags like raccoons and everything, just eating the food.
Yeah.
That's when you know, are we really dealing with poverty out here? like it that woke me up, and they live off that. And then the monkeys and baboons was also jumping in there too.
Oh wow!
Listen, that's probably one of the wildest parts, besides going to Afghanistan and Kuwait, seeing them stuff. But that part, I will never forget it. I think about it all the time.
Man, I was at Camp Lemonnier for 6 months, and I never felt no heat like that in my doggone life, man.
Oh, and over there, you know, Djibouti. If nobody don't know Djibouti, some other people think that, but it's right next to Somalia. Like I know west side, 137, 140 on a cold day.
With 90% humidity.
Listen. Crazy over there, man. That's why I say when it's like 100 degrees here, I'm like, oh, this is wintertime in the Middle East. Yeah, man.
So you mentioned facing daily challenges, you know, back home while serving. You know, was there ever a moment where you almost gave up and said, you know, how did you push through all that?
During when? Is this before the military, or is this the whole time, or whatever?
While serving. Like you had mentioned, you had troubles back home while you were serving.
So my whole time in the military, I was a conservator for my grandmother. So, as she got sick, and we all know, we got the family that you gotta, if you're the leader, you gotta send all your money home, still pay all the bills, pay the taxes and everything. Family suing family, people fighting over property. I had about 4 lots of property, plus I had my house where I was married at, and I had another house in Virginia, 7 cars. I was with the motorcycle community doing all that. Stressful times. That's always hard, and a lot of military people that still take care of some of their families going home and stuff. So sometimes they can't even leave the command because they send the money home. I dealt with that, and then the same Djibouti story afterwards. 2014. I didn't supposed to be on the Iwo Jima, which is that, but they forced me to go. I didn't supposed to go because I had orders to stay home with my grandmother. They took me from that cool because I know she had like less than a year to go. So I got a Red Cross message, and bad. You guys gonna get me emotional. I try not to think about it, but I'm gonna say, man. So when you're Djibouti, it takes you 3 days. It takes you 36 hours to get home.
Yeah.
It's being in Africa. And she had 24 hours to live. So you do the math. So that right there was the longest flight ever, bro. And that's the lady that raised me. That's the one that adopted me. I never said mom, I said granny. And the wild thing is, she passed away 2014, and I knock on wood. I just went to her cemetery like 6 months ago for the first time, and I just sat there for 3 hours and cried. So
I get it, brother.
yeah, nah, it's just I don't know. I just drove by it every time I went home to see my kids. I just drove by it. I said, not now. And I stay busy to run away from a lot of things, man. And it's not that bad, but some of the things are heavier than others. I'm gonna say that right now because I really have nothing, but I'm still showing up. I really got nothing, and I'm still showing up. And people are still bothering me, and I'm still showing up for them. So what can one person do? Because when you retire, and I tell people, if you don't have a game plan for 1 quarter, you did 20 years for nothing.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of times it's real tough dealing with your emotions, especially being in the military. You're taught to put your emotions aside when you're in a leadership role. So I had to learn that the hard way. And then one old head pulled me to the side and said, "Hey man, you're just a number. You need to take care of yourself."
I heard that.
So,
and that's something I don't do. That's something, and like I did my surgery. It's me time because I turned 50 next year. I say, you know what? The hell with 49. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do that one for my 50th birthday next April. Maybe I could look good like Jones and stuff like that. Jones being Planet Fitness with like 45-pound bar with a slow I want to go on Facebook and spam. I'm like,
That's all good.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate you for showing up to this podcast.
Man. No, man. I knew you guys was going to crack. But listen, this is my first podcast with military people because usually civilian life, I'm not going to say they soft, but they soft because you can't talk the way they talk. Why are you screaming and yelling? This is how we do. Guess what? I got 20 things to do. By the end of the day, you ain't going home till you get 20 things done.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's how I live, man. You guys crying for what? Get it done. Work and cry. How about that?
All right. So in your military career, I heard you say like you didn't have many mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any defining moments where you had to make a tough call without guidance while you was in?
Yeah, man. there's definitely a career decision that almost got me kicked out, and it wasn't bad, just going out in town and doing something where just being vindictive and all that stuff too, wasn't thinking, and almost cost me something where a guy in the boat was like, you didn't think. And he was like, it's not that you didn't think about it. It wasn't a thought in your mind to think about it. I'm like, and then that sat with me. I'm like, maybe I got nothing going on. The same way I try to talk to my son. I'm like, well, look at the situation. He's like, think about it, So, I guess there was mentors there, but with us being young-minded and whatever like that, I kind of felt like it was probably, hey man, why you on me? Move back. Like you don't need to know nothing about me. But that was probably some people's way of trying to get in, and I could acknowledge that because I'm always, a brick wall is always in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So it always was that till I really flipped it and said, oh shoot, man, these brothers or these men are trying to hug and, try to give me some brotherly love and stuff like that. And I'm thinking they trying to get personal. So the thing about being a man is, like I tell people, you're not going to be a man till you see a man before you. And, you see a mentor before you. And everybody has a tool belt. And every tool ain't going to fit you. But if they drop a tool or drop a nugget, then you take that tool. You don't got to put everything on there, but just use your tool belt or what you need. And I've been riding a little like that. I got the raggediest tool belt ever, but I'm getting the work done, brothers.
Yeah, I like that. You won't be a man until you see a man before you.
Yeah.
I like that. We had Master Sergeant retired Mac McKenzie. He said he's trying to show men what right look like. And so that brings back what he said in the podcast. So that kind of aligns with what he said.
Yeah.
But not to revisit the touchy subject about your grandma, but was there anything? How was it like balancing your military responsibilities and taking care of your grandmother?
And being stationed in Virginia the whole time while she in Connecticut and going home every other weekend, and also being a landlord of 2 to 3 properties at the same time and running the business and having kids for the first time. I think my kids really made me more of a man, because I hate to say it, I wasn't trying to claim them. I'm like, God dang, like I'm going out, like, man, that's a kid crying. Like, oh shoot, all right, so hey, you know what? And to this day, I told you, generational wealth and health, and there's not one day that my kids did not say did not miss a mom and dad moment. No. And I tell my kids, you don't even want to know the feeling I had growing up. At least you guys got brothers and sisters and they love each other, like I said, but I say you don't want that pain, especially being adopted and then knowing you adopted. And am I a mistake? Was I in the wrong? Like, why am I here? And why the adopted family still look at me frowning like I don't supposed to be here? Like, these are the questions you get all the time. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you live, and you got to adjust in that. Plus, I live with a crack infested family. And to this day, 48 years old, never tried cigarettes, never tried any drugs. Shit, I'm sorry. I mean, I never tried coffee either. To this day. To this day, I have never, and I've been stressed out more than 30 men at the same time. And I just learned to turn off my light, sit here, and I just think of 20 things good and 20 things bad. And I just think about my way, and I just think my way out of it.
Hey, when you say, I don't know why I'm here, hey, God got a plan for you, brother.
That's what I always hear a long time. That's why I put Psalms 223 on my shoulder right here. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And that was my granny's favorite verse right there. I do believe the Lord works in mysterious ways. And I feel like the struggles I've been through, it made me who I am today. And I'm very, where right now I have about 40 God kids. I got people looking at me. They're saying I'm the next Jeff Bezos and all that stuff too. That's cool. But the wild thing now is, brothers, I can't even stop no more. Why? Because everybody's watching me now.
Yeah.
And everybody's asking me questions. And, if you guys don't know, I invested $2.6 million of my own money in this, and everybody's wondering, how did you do it? Why did you do it? Like, what you did is amazing, and this thing's about to blow up. And people just know, like, hey, people are scared to take a risk, man. You mess around and take that risk. You go for that what you need to go for. Life is going to be easy, and you gotta fall. You gotta fall because you gotta know how to get up. You gotta take criticism. You gotta do that. And again, that military part. Because when I got somebody screaming at me, oh shoot, that's shoot, man, that's a baby whispering in my ear right there. I get yelled at every day, so that's cool. But that's it, quick and simple. Hopefully, I answer your question right there.
Yeah, you said, well, I like to say, I think you're doing a great job with providing the reality that you didn't have for your family. And I heard you mention also that you kind of turn off the lights when you're stressed out.
Yeah.
You say 20 good things and 20 bad things. So what are one of those thoughts, that keeps you going?
I'm a person where, just like a date, just like anything else, I try to strategically plan my way of everything. I'm a thinker. That's why in Ballistic Missile Defense, I put the planes, the tanks, the troops, I put the aircrafts, the satellites everywhere. When a threat comes the way, I got to fight it. Same way I do with life with a job interview. The same way I do with a woman. I wonder what she's going to say. I try to have all the answers and everything. I get mad when when somebody think of something and I didn't think about it. I don't know. I'm just one of those now. But I just think about if I heard it this way and I went that way, or I went straight, would it be the same answer? I don't know. I'm just, because if I stay at the stop sign, I'm changing the future. But if I run that stop sign, I change the future. And like I said, we're going to get into the deep stuff, but I think about that sometimes, because how if I'm there without being there? I don't know. It's just thinking about stuff. That's all. Not nothing crazy, but I just put hypothetical stuff in front of me, and if it would have played out even better, will I still be here slumped and mad in the dark? That's all.
So you're pretty much solution based.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
You don't focus on the problem. You focus on solutions.
Yeah, I try to. I try to do that, because that's basically all my life is, a solution. If you think about it.
Yeah. A lot of vets, we may take a little time to ourselves when we get out. We don't try to figure everything out, but not you. You got right back into it, man. How was that emotionally? Getting out, retiring one day, and then civilian life the next day. You just jump right in.
I didn't even have a retirement party. People didn't even know I retired. I just took my DD-214, put it in my pocket, and walked the next day. I have a monthly burn rate that I got to keep this up. So to me, I never took a vacation. I can't go on vacation. I've been to 80 countries. I've been everywhere. What is fun about me going somewhere that I've already been? I don't know. But then again, I got a lot of work to do. So if I go to the beach, the laptop and the work is coming with me on the beach. So I don't know how to let it go. And hopefully next year I could go on a vacation. But yeah, after retirement, I went to work. You guys know you retire on the 31st. I went to work on the 1st.
You got to learn how to delegate, brother.
No, I mean, but the thing is, like my app is about as big as Uber and everything. It's just a lot of things going on. But then again, it's hard to delegate when I create it, design it, test it, and I'm telling the story. People don't know this from a can of paint. So now people starting to know. But guess what? I'm 13 years in right now.
Mm-hmm. You better put that work in.
So, but at the same time, before you delegate, in the military, you got your SOP, you got your instructions, you got your, the glossary and everything. That's what I'm writing right now. This is basically a digital book of Eli, in short.
Okay.
So before people read the word, you have to write the word.
Now, yeah. So, do you feel like you kind of isolated yourself when you got out?
Yes, I had to, because with this being so big, like I'm about to take down Ticketmaster Live Nation Eventbrite. So one thing about this is, in being an entrepreneur, sacrifice and discipline. Let me say it again backwards: discipline and sacrifice.
Say it in reverse.
listen. Woman going out, having fun, all that, cut it all out. Cut it all out. I like you, and this is something that hasn't been done before. And I think Jones been seeing me do this for forever today since this. This is 7 days a week. I'm still working a 9 to 5 and being an entrepreneur, a ninepreneur, as we call it, 7 days a week.
Okay.
So discipline and sacrifice. When everybody want to go out, they partying. I'm sitting here working. I'm getting proposals and everything on direct messenger and all this other stuff and everything. And then on top of it, I got something so big, everybody trying to shoot their shot. Then, I'm not married. I don't plan on getting it. But would I get married with this? Yeah. My last name is going to be Prenup. So, I mean,
Well, so this app has kept you busy for, you said, the past 13 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, do you think entrepreneurship is the best path for veterans?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We live in a time now where, humanity is only less than 10 years left. Maybe 5 till we, you got driverless cars. You guys know we got the drones now, driverless aircraft, tanks, everything. You don't need humanity no more. If you don't want to work for somebody, then you'd be an entrepreneur. But guess what? Everything is almost invented and made, unless you're going to the moon or doing something crazy. Entrepreneurship, it's saturated. If you want to challenge, yes. If you don't like losing money, losing sleep, you want to party, you want to do the things that don't require sacrifice and discipline, then entrepreneurship is not for you. And some people is out, they're retired, they got dreams, they got goals. To me, I can't see you struggling on the 9 to 5, still taking a vacation to put yourself on debt just to go to work and do overtime again and stress yourself out again. Yeah. Don't make sense to me, but guess what? I got my own problems.
I've noticed in the entrepreneur world, you got to be a go-getter. You got to take initiative. And I heard somebody says once, is like, you don't have to be smart to be a millionaire, but you can't be lazy.
No, you have to show up. And the thing is, with me, strategy, thinker, doing, this thing breaks, I'm fixing. There's nobody, I'm not calling nobody international, all this stuff too. This is all me right here. So this is a lot going on. And it's fun, but now it's not fun no more. And the reason I say that is, and let me tell about entrepreneurs and these grants and everything. To this day, I haven't got a grant because everybody's trying to get one. So you got millions and billions of people are trying to get a grant. So you don't have that. All this promised money that you're supposed to get, grant money, this military money, this vet money, the city, the state, the federal, all this stuff too. I haven't got a dime and really don't want it. Don't want it really, because they teach you that at TAP class. Hey, you can apply for this, you can apply for that. Brothers, nobody's not getting this stuff. Let's just keep it very real here. Unless you, just like making rank in the military, unless you know somebody, it's the same way. It is so saturated and contaminated and tainted. It's nasty out here. It's nasty out here. So I use my own funds. Guess what? Everybody's trying to sponsor money from you. Oh, let me sponsor you. Let me wear your stuff, other stuff too. If I need $50,000, I hustle $50,000. And right now, and I'll be transparent, I'm $350,000 in the hole because I had to flip my house. I had to put all my credit cards on there, even with me having an 800 credit score and all my credit cards are maxed out. My credit score is still 760 with maxed out credit cards. So that's pretty decent compared to some people.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I had to flip this because COVID happened. That almost messed me up. And then Apple and Google changed the pay policy that cost me almost $250,000. And when that happened, let me tell you, everybody in my camp left because they was ready to get paid, but they didn't want to wait 6 months. And that told me another lesson too, that people was just hanging on just for the wealth and not the health. So I'm glad that it brought me this far because I did wanted the easy way to now I'm like, I just had a doctor. I got another app coming out, and the doctor telling me, well, it ain't going to be that way. I said, guess what? Promoters and everybody told me this won't be this way either. But guess what? I'm going to tell you, you're going to get on it. And I don't care if you a doctor, this and that. If I sell it, I'm out there like a vacuum. Remember back in the day, the vacuum cleaner, they knocking on the door. Do you need a vacuum cleaner? That's me. That's me. Streets, me, paying $2,000 for dinner for these sections, having dinner with people that you don't know and like, that they're not going to say yes, or you're going to hear a no, people faking the funk, faking it to make it. This is the life of the entrepreneur. So veterans, be careful what you ask for. For real.
Well, besides that, owning the app and everything, you got a pretty tough title, man. A Ballistic Missile Defense Test Director.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about you, but that makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
Makes me sound like you protect me from the big guns.
That's it, bro. Sure. The big things that take out a whole half a continent.
I know.
The whole city with bio, all that good stuff too. And luckily, and I tell people, the only thing that saves the United States is the two ponds between us, because other countries respectfully don't have the logistics to come out there, because if they come out here, they ain't going back. The best country is Australia, because nobody barely got gas to get down there, and who beefing with them? But besides the animals and the wild poison things in the West. But besides that, ain't nobody going down there. You can't afford it. You know?
Man, so how does it feel to know that you influence global military strategy?
Class example, last week we just had the kickoff meeting where 9 countries came in, and we were speaking, because now we're doing a UN force. So, with me being the lead, because I taught BMD when I got out to the officers and stuff, it's awesome, because it's just forward thinking, quick thinking. I know every threat, every capability of every country. If you give me a plane, tank, whatever comes out, troops, whatever ammunition, munition they got, I know everything. Everything of everything. My brain's a sponge, man. My brain's a sponge. So, like I said, when a missile comes in, people's reading the log and everything, I teach my kids, put that pub away, you study that stuff, so when something happens, you show up. I got no time reading the book. Get ready for your stuff. And that's how I promote my people. You got to show me that you could do it. And when they're doing a test, I start yelling, keep going, because in the military, you think things are going to happen when it's quiet and everything. I'm sitting here dropping, making noise, clapping. Take the test. I want you to perform during confusion. I need that peace of mind. And if you get pissed off, you failed, because you can't spaz out. You guys know you guys was one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Respectfully, I'm still one of them.
Got it. I'm with you. Yes. But at the same time, not many people can say that. And even me, knowing what you guys been through and everything, trust me, salute forever in life. Trust me.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. But you done done so much in the Navy. You from the, designing your own app, doing big things of defending this country from ballistic missiles. What would the perfect job, if you can create a job for you, what would that be?
Yeah, I think when you guys asked that, I said I just want to sit on my porch. That's all I want to do. I just want to. To me, I think you're asking the wrong person because I'm trying to relinquish all these jobs. Really, I'm still working, and I really don't have to. But what I'm saying is, I'm driving to work. I got everybody on their porch waving at me. When I leave for work, I come back home, they waving at me, go back in the house. I'm like, well, shoot, I want that life. I mean, if you can sit on, but at the same time, you guys know, and I challenge y'all. There is no way I can sit in the house. Listen, me with this shoulder, I had to lay in the bed for a week. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Killed me.
That's right.
I just cannot. I can't sit down and do nothing. And watching TV is not an option for me. Not an option.
I think when people, what is the term, when they stop living and merely just exist, that's when that's when I think your body goes just into like I'm about to leave this place mode. When because I mean you have no purpose, you don't feel like you have anything, you're just kind of droning through life, and that kind of breaks somebody down.
It will. And I mean, that's why, I was in the gym all the time. I made this app running 5-10 miles a day, and I'm elliptical and working out. Like, when I couldn't work out no more, I haven't been in the gym since 2019. I felt like my best friend left me because I put all my pressure, I put all my anger into the gym and just bettering myself. And when I lost that, I had to figure things out, 6-pack, went to a 1-pack. Don't judge me, Jones, but just but that's a good one too, I would say. So, being muscular, to be fit, to know like, damn, I look like a dad now, like type of thing. And you have to accept that where that wasn't me before, you know what I'm saying? So, and then people like, oh, you look all right, but I don't like the way I look, but I gotta accept it, I guess. I got no choice. But I see, but we all see our brothers and sisters. So one of my friends retired the same time as me, and the Lou Gehrig disease. What's that with the muscle? What's that he had? But
I know what you're talking about.
He lost all the muscle disease he has. We retired the same time, did 20 years, awesome. He been in the bed with a device with him the whole time, bro. The whole time. Like the same time we retired the same year, that next year he lost all life of his body. His wife helped him out to feed him. He eats through a tube now. So life can be worse. And he talks on Facebook. He does what he can, but life could take something from you just like that. You know what I'm saying? So that purpose is almost a present for you, because if you got your hands and feet and you can see and everything, and really you still got your faculties, you're winning.
Oh yeah,
you're winning, because we have seen some of our friends and brothers and sisters go through some stuff right now.
Yeah, Con, about you said sit on the porch would be your ideal job. That goes back when I was thinking about we had a captain retired, Arroyo. Am I saying it right, Ken?
Arroyo.
And he was a Green Beret, but he was shot in the throat with a 45 on post by a soldier.
Friendly fire
or shooter?
It was the terrorist attack at Fort Hood.
Oh, Fort Hood, yeah, Fort Hood. And
wow.
Yeah, but if you go back, you can go and hear his story because he was on the podcast. But the thought that he had while he was bleeding out, he said he wasn't thinking about, any money. He wasn't thinking about the email that needed to be sent out. He wasn't thinking about the gym or the goals, you know, but what he thought about was those he sacrificed for the most.
Wow.
Mhm.
You know, so that goes back even when you sit on that porch, man. I think what we want is time. We want our time back to be available for those who love and those who we love and those who love us.
You know what? And I like the way you said that, because even if you don't have time could be placed in a deposit box. Save it for later. Save it with a goal or a mission. And when you get to it, now you got something to do. Keep your mind going. You got to keep your mind going. Don't go stalemate. Don't do that. You know, and again, I see some strong brothers before me fall and just drop, bro. Once they get out the system, and then it just like, was you strong, or was you riding the system?
Mm.
You feel me? Because that, and you guys correct me. I think one of the disrupted times was when I retired on the 31st. I didn't even come to reality until the next 30 days, because you're telling me I went 60 days without putting on a uniform. I'm sitting here like, it's like something wrong with these clothes. Like, it's like I got to put my uniform on. Like, people are like, why you always wear a hat? Because I was the Navy. We always wear a hat. I've been wearing a hat the whole time. So being institutionalized, sometimes you break it, and then some people just man. So the military helps a lot of people when you're on watch, but when you off watch, that's the challenge. That's the challenge.
So, Khan, if you could go back in time, right? You've been all 88 countries. You've lived an amazing life. If you could go back to your 1995 self before you enlisted, what would you tell it, or what would it be?
I don't know, man. I'm, you know what? I'm glad I grew up with the struggles, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be me now. If I go back, I wouldn't change it, because I'll be scared who I'll be if I had everything then. I don't know. I that's what I'll leave it at that, because I am very glad that I came with nothing, and I'm just so cold hearted right now. I'm just like, okay, well then I guess it don't. People like you can't be like that. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and argue about it, like things. So going back to that, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. I'm glad that I really had what I had, the situation, and I hate to say it, for the first time, I am really loving me right now. And only thing I could think about right now is San Francisco. Hopefully, I could drop these NBA players and these things on the missions, and people love to hear the story. Hey, we got a veteran that's doing something different. Thank you for your service, and you are doing something. And what I'm showing the world, that veterans could do things and take over the world still, and still have their faculties, and give back, and support their family, and be a father, and be a leader, and show some morale and happiness. That's what I'm showing people right now, especially to our brothers and sisters, because a lot of people email me and DM. They're like, bro, you're so inspiring, you're so motivated, because when we wake up the Vane TPS. We go to sleep. They're like, when do you sleep? Because, and Jones will tell you, I'm up all the time. I'm posting, I'm tagging, I'm doing my own content. I'm doing everything. What I'm doing, I'm up midnight testing and doing this. It's a lot going on. So I wouldn't change nothing, because if I change anything, I wouldn't be here talking to you great men.
So you says the process and everything you've done leading up to this point.
Yeah, current just being a part of the current situation, making it a situation, the outcome, the situation. Period.
So when you got out, what do you think is hard about transition that nobody really talks about, but they should?
Having a plan. Don't
100%.
don't talk to about 50 people and see what 50 people's doing. Get 50 resumes and see what 50 resumes is doing. Seeing what the jobs is doing 6 months, a year out before you get out. Do your medical claims, do all your stuff, because everything, what everybody's saying, it's not like that. It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
And I just do your notes and everything, because these jobs, they're not hiring. You have to get a military related job, unless you're going to go to Walmart and Home Depot and you want to be a people person. You know, if that's you, it is what it is. But at the same time, some of you guys don't want that. Some of you guys don't need that. But, you know, some people need to get out the house. Some people need to be around people. I get it. But make sure you have a plan. Make sure, you know, you don't leave out of there without resumes. Listen, some of us get a job offer at least 6 months, a year out, because our last command we at, hey, you want to come over to this side? You want to come over to this and that? So sometimes your twilight, we call it twilight, your final stage of your enlistment or officership, whatever you are. Usually you got a job already 3 months out and everything. That's peace of mind right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, just, you know, the thing is when that military, when that 1st and 15 goes away and you only got the first, ooh, boy, some long months.
Yeah, it is. So you face life or death situation. How has that changed the way you live and make in your decision making process today?
Just being a man and a father around my kids, making the best decision, not making it too quick, you know, especially what it is. I live a decent, perfect life for me, where it's just quick and simple. I get up, I do my thing. You know, I got my house look like Best Buy. Just having a plan and a goal and objectives and milestones, man. You got to have it, man. If not, your mind's gonna rot.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you two, you know, you guys are probably motivating each other, talking to each other. You know, don't be like me and, you know, be C3PO talking to droids and computer screens all the time and stuff. But you know, get yourself some friends, go fishing, find communities, be a foodie, be in a car club, motorcycle club. You got camaraderie, you got all this type of group stuff in there. But just try to make the best of what you have. That's all you can say. It's easy to come up here and ask these questions and be the Dr. Seuss. You know, life is not the cat in the hat.
Definitely not.
The life is in the hat, and the hat is mysterious. You don't know what hat and brim you got, but when you get it, you got to make it look good. You got to make it fit. If it don't fit, if it fall off, you got to pick it up, because you ain't gonna leave it. That's life, right? Same thing. So yeah, man.
So, Con, what's a moment from your service that still keeps you up at night?
I don't sleep anyway. I'm an operations specialist, deal with radars and everything. Sleep apnea, get excited. I'll mess around 1 o'clock in the morning. It's, oh yeah, let's do that. I don't sleep, man. I think longest sleep I get is 3 hours. And listen, a good deep 3 hours is good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sleep, man. I got so much on my mind. That's why I just can't wait to relinquish this. And when I say sit on the porch, people, as you say, brother, delegate. You guys running it. You do this and that. I already changed my number. Unless you are talking 7 figures or you are a day one friend. Jones got my number. He made the cut. No, I'm messing. But you know, and that's the other part. Stop talking to people just cut it off. I had a phone number for 25 years. You guys ain't saying nothing. I'm good. Saying nothing at all. You ain't saying nothing. And especially no, I'm good, bro. And that's the other part. Knowing when to let go. Can't hold on to everything. Can't hold on to everything. You can, but when you hold on to it, think about it. Is it making sense or is it not? And if I hold on it long, is it going to jeopardize me or is it going to make me better? Because cutting things off is a vacation. I will cut you off in a second and not lose no sleep. If I know that you are a threat, if I know that you are a virus, a disease, or about to be something, and there's no children Tylenol that could cure you, bye. Gone. Gone.
Don't let the door hit you.
Listen, forget the door. You didn't even come in. Now I'm with you.
There you go.
Sure. COVID with the pooper super scoops. Yeah, no, you ain't coming.
You ain't said nothing wrong yet, brother.
Listen, man. Listen, cut you off in a second, man. And guess what? Hey, that guy in the house is mean. I'm just mean to you.
Just mean to you. I like that.
Well, man.
You didn't with your life, brother, man. I think you could write a book, man.
That's what they say, and I guess that you guys better ask me what the title of the book will be called, because I already got it. I already got the author. I already got everything.
What will it be called?
Show up when you don't want to.
Hey.
Show up when you don't want to.
I like it.
Yeah. So and listen, man. There's many days I didn't want to get up, but I think I'm at the point where, man, if I don't get up, it could really go down today, and I could really miss out. And that's the part that will haunt you. That's the time that you deposited in that safe deposit box that you want to get. Can't get that time back if you don't spend it right.
Absolutely. 100%.
Now you're in the civilian world. You're still a leader. You're still, as you could say, gun-ho. What are some big misconceptions that the civilians may have about you?
Oh man, they're right. I'm the biggest butthole, a-hole. I'm this and that. I'm too much for it. I yell too much. I'm too excited. But my kids like, Dad, why? It's 5 a.m. Why are you acting like this? Like, I'm up. Like, why you guys not up? And they get mad, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, this is who I am, bro. I wake up and bro, I am squared away. 6 o'clock in the morning, reveille, turning 2, bro. I'm just
Let's go.
Bro, I will never lose that. I don't even know what it is. Me be sleepy, sluggish, all that stuff too. That's not me, man. I don't even know how to be it. Even when I'm down, I'm up.
There you go. Even when I'm down, I'm up. Hey.
Well,
That's
man.
a good one right there.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so what's your app called and what does it do?
So it's called Vinny GPS. It's in both app stores, social media, and basically, you guys know USO NWR, right? On the basis, everything. That's what I made for every smart device. USO. So every country we pull in, they always tell you attractions, where to go, what to do, where to eat, and everything. Vinny GPS, I made it where I'm tired of going everywhere, and I'm tired of asking the question, what's going on today? Now I made an application that's updated in every major city, LA, Vegas. I'm outside DC right now, where if you guys come to DC, you can get attractions, restaurants, nightlife, all the sport games, NFL, all the tickets, parking, Comic-Cons, music festivals, over 500,000 accounts. Now Vinny GPS is your digital promoter, concierge directory for every smart device.
Venue GPS. I'm about to download it now.
That's it. And then if you are military, I'm doing this. If you are a veteran or active service, you pay $50 one time and you get lifetime service. So I also launched Toronto, Canada, London, Dubai, Mexico, because the World Cup is coming here and I'm a part of the World Cup committee. So now when people fly into any city, or if you guys go to LA, Vegas, Houston, whatever like that, guess what? You can use Vinny GPS, and I got all the museums, all the aquariums, zoos, soccer moms could use this. You want to follow your favorite artists, concerts, festivals. You go to city. I could bring up comedy. I could bring up soul food, steakhouses. That is going to pop up. This is what keeps me busy. I know every city better than the mayor.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then if you see my kiosk, I'm in New Orleans right now. And if Super Bowl weekend, here go all your Super Bowl events right here. So all your day parties, all your happy hours, comedy events, and you can follow everything. Easy, bro.
Crazy.
No, I just downloaded it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. And then for you brothers having that swag vet thing over there, when you guys do your free trial, give me your email and I will give you lifetime subscription because you are friends with Jones and that means you're cool.
I appreciate you, brother. Hey, Jones. Hey, 20, was it 21 years ago? Jones saw me coming down in the motor pool. He said, "That's a clean lineup." That's the first thing he ever said to me.
Really?
And we've been friends ever since.
21 years.
21 years, yeah.
That's all. Listen, people not married that long.
I know. Yeah.
Friends that long. Shit, for 21 days.
Yeah. Hey, so Con, where can the folks find you? Like social media, they want to collab with you, talk to you. How they do that?
Yeah, so so let me tell you what I do. My business is called Retire Digital. I help veteran business or startup business. I help people design, develop, or create a business. I can make a website and app overnight. You can follow me on Venue GPS, one word, on all social media. And this is what I do. Like anybody who has an idea at anything, I'm here to motivate you, to help you build and design, to give your vision hope in life so you could move with tomorrow and be a big difference of your dreams and impact your target market or where you want to go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, you just motivated me just now.
Listen, man.
Let's go.
Listen, even so this is what we're doing. So military's coming on here. So, if you guys want to do your every Monday, whatever like that, I could put your Monday down here in World. And then now people see the podcast. And now when you click on it, they can watch the live feed. You can do anything you want to it because now I'm bringing live pay-per-view to this. I don't need to go to SFS or Coachella. I can watch everything from my pilot. And this is a kiosk. So we're putting these in hotels and airports and everything. So you're talking about they're saying I'm the next big thing, but if I do this right, Ving GPS within 5 to 7 years is worth $500 billion. Taking investments, all that good stuff too, but I just want everybody to win.
Absolutely, that's what we're all about.
Yeah, man. No, and listen, brothers, you guys almost made me crack a tear today, man, and I don't like y'all for that, but no, but listen, I felt like this was a family reunion, a brother call, because it's nothing like a military reunion with real people that shed blood, shed their time, gave up everything they want for the world to be, or our country to be the way it is. So I salute you guys because you guys are giving people like me to tell my story also. So I love. Like I said, Jones, what you got with all this yellow going on? He's rocking his Tim, rocking it, he's branding and everything, and same things of business stuff. And I think it's so dope. And you guys are saving the other 1% that really needs to hear something. So I definitely come in and salute y'all for that because you guys don't got to do this, but you're doing it. And this is therapeutic for me also.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I love coming on here. I love talking to amazing individuals like yourself. It's definitely therapy for me, and get a chance to hear, the way you grew up. Kind of similar to some of the things we've done. So I love just conversing, and it makes my day that much better talking to veterans. So, that's the whole reason my brother and I started this.
Mm-hmm. That's dope. And I know before Jones says something, so when you guys do y'all events, especially the Tough Mother, I want to do the real Tough Mother stuff. I had all their dates, but whatever events you guys got, send it to me, and then we put it on here, and we'll advertise it and help you build awareness also,
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show. Well, you are a swaggy vet. That's why I invited you.
Yeah.
Motivational, man. If you're just doing so many things, wearing so many hats, and you're just an example for your family and for veterans to come, man. And I appreciate you for coming on the show.
No, I am honored, and thank you so much, guys. I got high blood pressure now. We're good. Good.
All right, man. If nothing else, appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay swaggy, y'all. Peace.